In today's video, we're going over an update on the best console graphic settings you guys can use in Warzone 2 right now. The new update just dropped and a lot of you guys have been asking me to give you guys an updated video, so here we go. But everything is basically still the same from the last time I actually made one of these videos. But if you guys do play all mods, the game actually looks a whole lot brighter. So with that being said, if you guys do enjoy today's video and learn something new, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's go straight into my graphic settings I'm using in Season 3 Reloaded. Alright guys, in the graphics settings, we are first looking at my on-demand texture streaming. I have this set to off. This needs to be off, guys. Do not turn this on. Whenever you turn this on, this is going to rely on your internet to load textures, which can end up causing a lot of problems, especially if you guys don't have a LAN connection to your modem. So I really recommend you guys leave this off. This setting makes a lot of problems. It made a lot of problems in the beginning of Warzone 2 and even back in Vanguard and Cold War. This setting was detrimental towards basically ruining the game. So make sure you guys have that off. I have my world motion blur and weapon motion blur set to off. My film grain is 0. My depth of field is off. And I recommend you guys do have Fidelity FX cast on. This actually makes the game look more sharper and it can help you, identify objects better. And for your strength, I'll recommend putting this around maybe 50, not too high. You don't want it to look grainy-ish, but not too low because it will kind of look softer and lines won't be defined very well. So I recommend somewhere in the sweet spot, maybe 50, maybe 60 if you guys want to. Play around with that one. That one's kind of personal preference. Everyone has different TVs and monitors too. So if you guys have sharpness on your TV, then this could be overwhelming. Field of view I have set to 107. There's a reason behind this. Whenever playing console, having it set to 120 actually makes the lag a lot higher. FPS does drop on a higher FOV, so I recommend you guys do use 107, maybe 110. But 120 is kind of overkill, and for PS4s and Xbox Ones, I feel like this, makes a lot of performance issues. If you guys have a PS5 or Xbox Series X, it might be better to go with 120. You might be okay with that, but I know for a fact the game definitely starts to lag more with it 120. So yeah, you guys try to give that a shot. But me personally, I tried to use 107 or 110. Third person field of view, I have this set to 85. I don't really play third person that much, so I didn't really care that much about it, but you guys can set that to whatever you guys want. That's personal preference. You guys want to make sure your movement camera is at the lowest it could possibly be at. You don't want to have too much camera movement if there's any precision strikes going on or grenades blowing up. It can definitely ruin your aim. For the brightness, I have mine set to 55. If you have it too much higher than this, it can make the game look kind of washed. So make sure you guys have it set to maybe 55 or 60. Safe area is the basic one. I don't actually have this set to anything specific. I just use the basic default safe area. And in the interface tab, guys, I recommend you guys have the minimap shape on square. This is going to allow you to see more of the people on your radar because the circle doesn't actually give you those extra corners. So make sure you guys have that one set to square. Minimap rotation set to on as well. This is going to help you if you're using heartbeat sensors, which I really recommend. The rest of this stuff is kind of personal preference. You don't really need to have these things off or on. But player names, I do recommend having this on full. If you guys play multiplayer, it's a lot more helpful to actually see more red than just a red dot. Center dot is kind of important. You don't have to have this on, but if you guys do want to, hone in on your centering, then having a center dot is definitely going to help you guys stay focused onto your screen and have better centering and overall engagements when you are fighting. Now, this here is a new one, inverted flash. I recommend having this on, and this is really, really useful. If you guys don't like getting flash and your whole screen turns white, it'll actually change the white to black, which is really, really useful if you guys do play in dark environments and you feel like the white is very overwhelming. Make sure you guys set this to black. It's a lot better, and it doesn't hurt your eyes out of nowhere just to get flash in a video game. And last but not least, in color customization, I recommend you guys go to the red color and go ahead and turn this to a more, redder red. I don't know if that makes sense, but you see this one's kind of more brighter and easier to see. If you guys are trying to see certain pings or whatever, you feel like your pings are not the right color, you guys can play around with these to make it better for you. Everyone has different eyes, and some of you guys are colorblind, so I wouldn't say actually turn it to red. Turn it to whatever's the most vibrant for you. But if you guys are not colorblind, you guys can see red, then I recommend using the most brightest and vibrant red you can. And for color filter, you guys can use any of these. I'm not sure which ones these are, but if you guys are trying to have more saturation in the game, you probably want to do that on your monitor or TV versus this. This is actually not like Warzone 1. These do not actually make the game look more saturated. I wouldn't really mess with any of these unless you guys really want to. But that's basically everything for the color customization in Warzone 2. So that's basically all there is to it. If you guys have watched my previous graphic settings videos, you guys probably already know that this is basically exactly the same. There hasn't been any major changes to the way the game actually looks yet. So when they actually do that, I will update the graphic settings and let you guys know what I'm using as of then. But I do have some new monitor settings. If you guys do want a video on that, then make sure you guys comment that down below in the comment section. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and understanding always.